Hello, welcome to All Mama All Right. April, Mama April here, reporting for recording. And I am getting so excited to take our first vacation as a family. Aaron, me, little Zenna, who freaking almost 15 months now. She'll be 15 months on the, okay, I'm totally aging her. Don't tell her that. She's still 14 months. I'm never sure when to start rounding to the nearest month because I'm not used to this whole telling people how old a kid is by months. And I guess that continues through. I still hear people say like, oh, 24 months or 28 months. And yeah, that math, I'm going to have to get better at that. Or I'll just be 2 years and 5 months. How does that sound? So right now she is 1 year and 2 months and a handful of days. Oh goodness, she's a babe. She's a babe, and she is a babe who is just. I think she is super excited, and that is why she's not taking her naps this morning. She's doing that thing where I put her down, and then it takes about 2 hours before she falls asleep, which at that time she should be getting up. So today I, interrupted. She was, I guess, just about to fall asleep, but it didn't on the monitor look like she was falling asleep because now she does this thing where she holds onto her feet and then she just starts like cooing like and that's her falling asleep apparently with her eyes open, her feet in her hands. Because when I walked in, she was like, like, oh, sorry, babe, but we're going. And then also she does this, which is her falling asleep. So I'm not sure how safe that is, but she's bending forward. And I guess I do that on the airplane is I sit with my head in my lap. But yeah, she's getting ready to fall asleep, bent over with her head in her lap. Teach his own, as one of my girlfriends would say. And I had a great therapy session, and it was just one of those that I have run through using all my tools and being able to really feel into different kind of scenarios that I create in my mind. I can feel them like in my body. And so I've run through a heck of different scenarios. Lots of them fun, a handful of them not so much. But I was just reflecting on outings that Zenna and I have. And we have not had one outing where Zenna doesn't have, a 2 to 5 minute screen session, usually one blowout, not blowout, but just like major poop. I guess it's the same thing as a blowout, but I have a feeling she has a blowout, like one of those that you hear about where like, poop literally is like flowing out of diaper and, coming at you like, no, like slime, like when you got slimed on Nickelodeon or something like that. So that has not happened. And I'm not going to say the word yet because I really don't want it to happen, and it doesn't have to. You hear those poop gods? It doesn't have to. But yeah, so I've run through those, and so I'm feeling really good about welcoming whatever chaos comes, and knowing that I'll have extra support with Aaron there, and that I usually don't have when we're out and about. And man, I hope I prove myself wrong with how much I am getting organized for this trip. I hope I'm over organized, and therefore for future travel from the second that I realize I'm always a little too prepared on, then it'll be chill. Then I don't have to pack a week and a half in advance, and or over the weekend before leaving, and act as if I'm going to some third world country where they don't believe in babies. Because I'm literally packing things that, okay, there are people here. That means there are babies here. There were once before these people grew up. So I'm sure you know what a diaper or what a wipe is or what a bottle or what formula. Like, it's hilarious. Um, and I think, and I don't have a scale in the house, because that's one thing with ED is just getting I haven't had a scale in freaking years. I guess we did have a broken one, but we don't have that broken one anymore, so that's good. But I can't weigh my luggage, and that is one thing that I'm a little, I have a plan in case it does weigh over 50 pounds, and I'll just be transferring, you know, from the main luggage into Aaron's carry-on, which, yes, I'm packing him a carry-on because he's just going to bring one. And I was like, dude, no, you're allowed to bring two. So you're bringing two. You're the one that I'll pack for you. Um, but enough about packing. And oh my gosh. So, couple things. Well, I'm just going to say a couple things, even though I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth right now. Aaron and I have really been sitting with an idea of what we want or what we think our lives can look like in the sense of location. And I'm just going to say this out loud so it's in the universe. And because Aaron's work, he can do it from anywhere. And my soon to be business, I can do that from anywhere. And, Zena's not in school. You can get pregnant from anywhere and have a babe from anywhere. And we were, we're just kind of feeling into another lifestyle, and even approaching this trip as a, hey, can we live here? And it's really exciting because I didn't even come up with this. Aaron did. And this is something that I always thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so cool to raise a family abroad? And just even like while they're in school at the beginning, like the first few years of their schooling, and like why do we have to, like, I don't remember what I learned in freaking kindergarten through nth grade. And heck, if I was learning everything that I learned but don't remember in a foreign language like Italian or Spanish or Portuguese or whatever, I think I would have been talking to you maybe in a foreign language right now. And English is my second language, which that'd be freaking awesome. So yeah, so we're just kind of feeling into that. And with our current location, our current home, our landlord basically said they were doing an Airbnb thing for a little while, and then we found their house, and we both love how this is working. So we were even thinking, or they said, hey, we're not going to do Airbnb anymore. We want this to be yours. Long story short, if we want this still to be like our ground zero, or like our main destination or main location, I guess. And then have like our quote unquote second home, which we don't own, but wherever we want to travel. So like 6 months on, 6 months off type jazz. And the more I can see it. I mean, I can literally see it. And one thing that when I was sharing this, someone said to me, they're like, oh yeah, we want to do this when the kids are off to college or when we're retired or and I just was like, that's great. That's wonderful. I don't want to wait. Like what has taught me, what life has already taught me about thus far, just from living it the way I've lived it, alcoholism, ED, mainly the alcoholic lifestyle for the first 30 years, or definitely, late teens, 20s, which I don't remember the 20s. So, I it's now, you know. So like I'd rather be right here, right now. And I just love how Aaron and I are on the same page. And not that we're usually not, but I feel like sometimes I might be the one that expresses extreme desires like that for certain lifestyle choices and things. And and the fact that, like the second he said that, I was just like, yes, like you yes is a complete sentence. And it's just so it's so great. And yeah, just being able to take life. I know it's going to be freaking hard. Whatever we do is going to be hard. And heck, even today was hard, just wanting to, April, feed yourself. I mean, sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how amazing my life is. And then, I do sit back and I'm like, well, I am struggling with this kind of like this kind of big thing, that I still work on constantly. And but working on it is making life more and more worth living, and more fighting for, and just being free. I just cannot wait to be free. And I know that I get glimpses of it, and feel into it, and do a lot of manifesting about it. And I always do. I mean, I don't know if it's backwards, but I always do so great with just releasing any type of control on vacation. Like it's if like my life starts anew while on vacation, in the sense of like wanting control of everything that maybe society puts some kind of like, maybe subconsciously I'm getting this from certain like societal norms or um or expectations. But I really I think I don't think much on vacation. So I don't know if that's hey, it's working for me. So I'm gonna keep not thinking on vacation, and it's gonna be magical to have like a good solid 2 weeks under my belt. Because that's another thing, just when you are in your cycle of any habit that is unhealthy, it takes like 10 days minimum, is a statistic that I read, and I hope I'm not making up, but definitely 10 days minimum to even like for your brain to be like, okay, I guess we're changing, so let me attempt to let go. And I have some great books that just will continue striving for that type of life, and learning different just practice, just being Costa Rica. Does that sound good? That sounds great. And yeah, I am going to be recording, and we'll see how that goes. The time difference isn't that bad at all. It's only 2 hours ahead, so it's like as if I'm on Central Time, and that will look like how it looks like. And another thing about being a mom, starting a business, living life. It's gonna be messy and rocky and all over. And an episode may be recorded from my phone while we're stuck on a beach because the bus left without us and we're climbing up a coconut tree to get milk because we haven't had something to drink for 2 hours. Do you like that? See, I'm all over it. I'm ready for that scenario. Universe, that doesn't mean it has to happen, but just know I'm ready for it. And yeah, I'll need to reach out because I feel a connection with everyone, and I'm just loving all of the teachings that I'm receiving, mainly right now from hearing myself talk to all of you, and allowing whatever messaging is coming through to come through. I feel very in the flow, just with allowing this to be a time of practice and patience and making those mistakes, being incredibly messy, not paying attention to the numbers or the views or the audio I've been listening to. It gets a little like crusty here and there. And hey, it's going to be crusty here and there until I, learn what type of microphone's best for podcast recordings that will also work with this. And that is one thing that I totally surprised myself in, and not throwing money at this whole thing. I mean, the first few episodes I recorded without a camera, and then I realized, like, hey, I literally look like this is the 1920s, and is it supposed to be in black and white and all grainy? So I got a Ray-Ban camera that I know I'm supposed to be looking at, but I like looking at myself. I'm not gonna lie. I think another thing that I'm sure I will learn through these business courses is like actually how to record and comfortably talk to yourself without just staring at yourself down here. But that'll be great. That'll be great when that time comes. And I just, want to continue opening up to receive, because there is so much abundance that each and every one of us deserves and will get. It's just sometimes I have the blockers up, and I can feel that still, especially in my ED, that the blockers are just up. And I am still looking forward to when it organically falls away, and not faking falls away, like, oh yeah, I had a good day, and it looks like from the outside everything's good, but on the inside I'm dying. Like, no, when the universe can like actually feel that I've had a good day. And then with that, what type of abundance comes in? And I can only imagine that comes in with just the feeling of lightness and, well, freedom times a bazillion. Yeah. The only other time, and I think I've expressed this, but the only other time I've ever felt completely free from my ED was when I got engaged in Africa. And even, like the first 2 days when we were there before getting engaged, I was still like, my mind was controlling everything. And then we got engaged, and it was as if I did not even know that food could be scary, and that only food could be celebrated in the form of nourishment and just love, love, love. And I hold on to that. I don't think too tightly, because at first I think I was setting up certain expectations for like every vacation needing to be like that, or just life in general needing to be like that, which it will be. But the expectation is not that it's going to happen like that in that instant. I mean, hey, if I can get a diamond ring freaking every day or once a week, so kind of like, kicks me back into, appreciating the ease of wanting to live free, or that, I don't know. I wouldn't be against it. I really wouldn't be against it, but I'll just continue cherishing that, and feeling into that as I feel, into new um new memories, and new areas of freedom. And yeah, I just want to, yep, Dean fell asleep finally. Great. That means the poor girl, because then she falls asleep and I have to wake her up in, like less than 30 minutes. And then she looks at me like, Mom, I kill you now. And I say, no, don't kill me. Okay, now I'm just rambling. But I did want to show, how cute is this? I know. And so, yes, it's a butterfly. And yes, I did get a screen for the child, but she's going to be so entranced by the butterfly case that I don't even think she's going to notice that there's going to be cartoons on this. And I think I'm just going to download maybe 3 movies, Pixar, of course, and Disney Pixar, and then and that's it. I don't know if I'm going to, or maybe Baby Einstein. I heard that was a really good one. That is a really good. I like that one. I don't want to do a little Coco Melon, not yet. And yeah, but that is what I'm about to do after this. And yeah, so excited to see everyone tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be maybe a little quick and easy. Lots going on. That's when we leave Carmel Valley and go to my parents' house by the airport. And I have to get Zenna down by 6 p.m. since we're leaving for the airport at 6 a.m. And then we have to meet the dog walker, and unfortunately Aaron won't get there until, okay, who's bored? Yeah, I know, me too. Anyways, all the love, all the light. Cannot wait to see y'all tomorrow. This mama is signing off. Cheerio!